Hey guys and girls and ladies, this is your girl Samantha here, and I just wanted to talk about this story that was published November 17, 2021, because I have been talking in Clubhouse a lot about the Virginia election and thinking about the next election, voting Republican, because I'm just getting tired of the empty promises as well from Democrats. So this this story is titled "Blacks Tire of White Liberals' Empty Promises." So last week, 538 sought to prove how racist white people can still end up voting and supporting black Republicans running for office. It published why white voters with the racist views often still support black Republicans on November 10th. The article was demeaning to black Republicans and anyone who supports them. As I wrote about last week, the crux of the article is how white liberals seek to delegitimize black Republicans who run for office by launching baseless accusations about their supporters. I actually think the article was accurate, but anyways. So this time around, many blacks are seeing through the lies and indoctrination. Annetta Catchings took her first leap into politics this November. She ran for mayor of Alexandria, Virginia, seeking to become the city's first black woman mayor in its history. She took issue with the article. The headline is insulting, Catchings said. First, it assumes that the only racists are in the Republican Party. Second, they are insinuating all white people are agents of white supremacy. You guys know how I feel about that. So what does that tell you? Anyone who is not on the anti-racism journey is an agent of white supremacy, according to their logic. Wydree Nightstorm, a congressional candidate for the 7th District in Georgia and godson of Alveda King, was taken aback by the article and found it typical of the liberal media. The blatant disrespect from the liberal mainstream media downplaying the election of Winsome Sears, the first black woman to serve as lieutenant governor of Virginia, is downright racist, Nightstorm told me. To virtue signal and claim to be the champion for black people while devaluing the accomplishments of black conservatives is the very definition of bigotry. These people are sellouts. I'm sorry. So that article was very accurate and how it discussed why white racists still are willing to vote for a candidate that is a black person, a black Republican. It was spot on, and I think I did another video on that article actually. So I don't trust anyone that's in like politics, just especially black people. They're just such sellouts. And we look at the CBC; they haven't done anything for us since they've existed. So I just think they're full of crap. And the thing that's interesting to me is the article wasn't really about black conservatives. So I'm not really sure why they're trying to make it about themselves, unless they're trying to get some attention. So Nightstorm said black people are getting tired of this. Nightstorm said black people are getting tired of this kind of treatment, and the tide is slowly turning when it comes to blacks voting Republican. And that's true. Like I said, I plan on voting Republican the next few elections as a protest vote because I'm sick of Democrats, and I feel like we need to send a message to Democrats that we are not to be taken for granted. This is a new day, new generations, and I'm not going to be loyal to a party that doesn't do any policy or anything for my people, ADOS or African American tribe. So the results in Virginia were not a fluke or some form of white supremacy, Nystrom said. It is the direct result of people being done with the authoritative push by the left to shut down the economy, force mandates on us, indoctrinate kids in school, label parents as terrorists, and encourage rioters to burn down our cities and businesses. That's not why I'm voting Republican, but anyways. Rob Harper is the host of the podcast After Dark with Rob and Andrew and is known as a conservative black cowboy. He said he initially thought the headline was a parody I read this piece with an open mind, trying to find common ground, Harper told me. But I kept thinking in my mind, is this a satire piece? The article itself I found to be racist, Harper said. I didn't find it to be racist. I find these people to be a bit you know what. I'm not going to say the word. It starts with the letter C. For far too long, white liberals have exploited black people for their own political gain while delivering on few, if any, of their promises. And it's like they have that part right. But everything else they're saying, I just can't get behind it. I cannot get behind it. So more often than not, they have left the black community behind after relying upon black votes to get into power. And I definitely agree with that. Hopefully the election of Winsome Sears and the words of Catchings, Nightstorm, and Harper are indicative of a changing tide and a new awakening. So, like I said, I have a group on Clubhouse called Black Political Swingers. And we have been just conversing, talking about, how we want to strategize and weaponize our vote in the next few elections. Black people are tired of giving our vote to Democrats and getting nothing in return. So part of this article, I really do agree with it, but then the other part I don't, because I don't remember that article, why white voters with racist views often still support black Republicans, was racist. I thought it was actually pretty accurate. So of course, like I said, you have to sometimes look at the lineage of the people talking and just kind of look at their background and see it through their lens, like their point of view, like why are they saying this? So I just didn't see anything racist. And the weirder thing, they're calling it racist, but I don't think it was written by a white person. Michael Tesler, okay, he's white. So I was like, he's probably white. But it was written by a black guy, too, whose name is on there first, Hakeem Jefferson and Michael Tesler. So Hakeem is black. His name sounds like, ADOS. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this. What do you think about voting Republican in the next couple of elections, just to kind of send a message to Democrats? And I'm not saying vote Republican from here on out. I'm saying let's be swingers. Let's swing our votes to whichever party we feel is giving us the most policy that would benefit our group, our tribe as ADOS, or African American people. And maybe even black people, if we can come to some type of united agreement. So after further research, I found out that YG Nightstorm is actually a raging conservative who's running on a platform of pro-God, pro-life, pro-gun. He's a patriot. He's talking about he's the bodyguard of Georgia, which signals to white people that he's going to be a gatekeeper and a protector of white supremacy. So he's basically wanting to be their token boy, and that is why I want to say he was the one who said that. Actually, I think it was Rob Harper. They all believe that this article that was written by Hakeem Jefferson and the other guy, that it was racist, but it wasn't racist. And then Annetta Catchings, she's actually running for mayor of Alexandria, Virginia. She ran as a Republican. I didn't see if she won or not, but again, she's a black Republican, so she's going to, of course, find issue with that article that, to me, by Hakeem Jefferson and the other journalist who's white. But I feel like that their article is spot on as to why racists overwhelmingly, are okay with voting for a black Republican because they know they're not going to do anything for black people. And then the last person was a Rob Harper. He has a podcast, and he calls himself the black conservative cowboy. So again, I feel like that's another just dog whistle at white zaddy, and but Keisha know that he's not going to do anything for black people either. I, over the years, have equated the word conservative, with racism. Typically, whenever people are quote unquote conservative, they have these staunch, values that usually is either setting the country back or it's just keeping the country stagnant. But whichever one is not, whatever is doing is not moving the country forward. I know that for sure. So I just wanted to provide a little bit more background into the three people that were quoted in this article, just so you guys can get a little bit more context as to their mindset and where they're coming from. So yeah, all of them are essentially Republicans who found issue with the article, because they were speaking on black Republicans as far as Winsome Sears and why racists are voting for her. And it's like, because ultimately they know that you as a black Republican are not going to do anything for black people. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.